here. We're here. Can we see us?
There we are.
It worked. It worked. I was so nervous about it.
It was beautiful. Well done. You put way too much effort into this.
I did. Well, thank you guys for joining to our first ever live feed. I'm going to admit, I'm really quite hungover.
Oh, that's a good start.
Yeah, Natalie said, please don't drink too much the night before, but it was Friday night and that's what we do, right? So, I just want to say a few things before we start. The first thing is, the camera is on the table and whenever I move it shakes, so I really hope
really
that we're not making you sick. Whenever I do it, if you can just write in the chat and then I'll try and remember, and Natalie can just like elbow me or something, because I know how annoying it is. So first thing is, this is in replacement of our weekly episode, so we're not putting an episode out as well. There's a couple of reasons for that we'll talk about in a bit. The second thing is, don't forget to like this and subscribe it and share. You need to share now, because it's pointless watching a live feed after the live feed. Unless you are watching this, then it's really good. Keep watching. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the chat is, sorry, we have some notes here because my memory's bad, but the chat, I'm just reading the chat now.
I know, right? It's really hard not to do.
How do people do this?
Actually.
This is really
There's
weird.
Loads of people. Thank you, everyone. Hello.
So the chat is a little bit delayed from what we're saying. So if you write something in the chat, it might take a little while for us to actually respond to it. So it's not exactly live. I think we figured out it's like a 10 or 20-second delay or something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jon and the Wayward Wags for being the moderators. The reason why we have the chat moderators is so that when you guys say things inappropriate, they can block it. I don't know how, because it's almost like live, so I'm not sure how they can block it before it gets up there, but I did find an option.
Oh, okay.
This was cool. I found an option where you can put certain words in and it'll block it.
Ah, okay. That's not too bad. That's kind of good.
To be fair, I only put 3 words in there, so that's stupid to say, because now people are going to start typing in bad words to see which ones I picked. So don't do that. Don't do that. There's kids on here. So there is that. The other thing is, for anyone who's never been on a live chat before, we can't see or hear you. I just hit the table. We can't see or hear you, so this isn't a conversation like this, but we can read the chat. So you can talk to us through there and hopefully we'll pick stuff up. If there is any problem, like we're on the campground internet at the moment and we drop off, just use the same link. I can rejoin the same thing, so we can change wireless networks or whatever like that. So although our internet here is the best we've ever had, anywhere, even where we've ever lived, it's the best internet we've had, so I don't think we're going to have an issue. I'm doing pretty well considering I'm a bit hungover. I do have a coffee though. So, for those of you that haven't seen, Jon is a good friend of mine from the UK, and for those of you who haven't seen our episodes, we met up with the Wayward Wags. Feels like
weeks ago now.
Well, we posted the video like 3 weeks ago, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a few weeks ago now. Feels like yesterday. Missed that guy.
He's right here.
I know, but I can't see his beautiful face. So yeah, thank you to them for joining and for moderating this. But yeah, they're really funny guys. So we have put a link below, so go check out their channel if you haven't already. It's really funny. Dustin's also ex-military, and a lot of the stuff they do and any money they make through YouTube, they also do live chats as well to raise money for veterans, which was very, very cool to hear about.
Yes.
What else do we have to say before we get going? Oh yeah, one thing I find on live feeds, if you're new to this, I watch a lot of live feeds because I find them quite interesting, but I know a lot of people haven't. Sometimes what I'll actually do is I'll put it on our TV, I'll watch it on the TV or a laptop full screen, and then I'll join on my phone so that I can use the chat, which is quite cool. No one ever tells you about these things. These are the kind of things you learn in life that no one really talks about.
Well, and also if you're opening this from a browser, you won't see the live chat, so you have to open this in an app or on your laptop.
Yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah, we discovered that yesterday when we were messing about with stuff. So
Yeah, and also I don't think you can chat unless you're signed in. So you can view it, but you have to sign in to use the chat.
Yeah, I think you have to be a YouTube.
But here's
member.
another thing that so I work in IT, so I kind of take this for granted, right? But if you don't log in, if you're not logged into YouTube, or a lot of people don't log into YouTube, they just watch YouTube videos without logging in. YouTube and Google are the same company. Obviously, Google owns YouTube, so you can actually log into YouTube with your Gmail. You don't have to create an account or anything like that. You can just log straight in. If you have like an Outlook account or another email address, you can create an account with that email. But if you already
you can do it with Yahoo or
you can
Outlook
sign up
as
with
well.
anything. But if you're here and you try to comment,
Adam
it won't
managed
let
to
you.
get a browser and have chat. Are you on the
really?
laptop though, Adam, or are you on your phone? Because it's on your phone. That
Yeah,
we
phone
had
browser doesn't work.
Struggles with that.
Yeah.
Devon Blembo. I'm not even going to talk about that right
Blembo. we should release that one day.
One day.
We have a video. It's quite funny.
Okay, so sorry, finish your speech.
No, so that was it. I was just I thought it was quite interesting that people who aren't IT literate
still don't have a YouTube account.
do you want to be? I was shocked that people didn't have a YouTube account.
No, many of our friends don't have YouTube accounts.
I'm a huge YouTube fan. I sign up for YouTube Premium, and it gets rid of all the ads and everything like that. So, and I spend my entire life on it, and I stay up late and watch YouTube and drink too much on a Friday night. So, so that works. So, right. Is there anything else before we get going? Is there any questions now? Anyone having any issues? John will fix it for you. I can't do this and read the chat. This is awkward.
I know. Right?
The Wayward Wags do live feeds. They do it really well. They can see everything, but this is tough. Okay. God, we have so much in this lecture.
We'll begin this lecture.
So much to do. Right. Oh yeah, we have some big news towards the end as well.
Well, that's what everyone wants to know, but we'll wait till the end so that you have to watch this.
They just want to see my pretty face.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What are you trying to do?
Can you get rid of this? Just put it on your edge. Thank you. Cheers.
Let me just put it from the dining room into the kitchen for you. Okay, so where are we right now? We are in. Wait, I can look. Let's hope this works.
Okay.
Hopefully the sound will still work. So we are in Little Rock. Where are we?
Arkansas.
Little Rock, Arkansas. It's not quite the furthest place we went. The furthest place we went was Dallas, Texas, I think.
No, San Antonio was the furthest, west. Yeah.
Okay, so we are in Little Rock, Arkansas, and it's very nice here. Actually, the campsite is excellent. The internet is amazing, but we can't really say much more than that because we went into town to get some curbside pickup food, some takeout food, but that's it because we can't go anywhere. Everywhere's closed, no one should be out and about, and we've been pretty strict with that. The only times we've been out, you went to the grocery store and we got food twice. That was it's a bit, don't know, it's very nice. The only thing I will say is that on Tuesday last week, some of you already know this, I think we put it on Facebook, but about 200 yards we're actually on the river here, and about the trailer backs onto the river, so we have a lovely view of Little Rock. If you saw the live feed on Facebook, you would have seen that. But they found a body in the river about 200 yards down the river. Natalie went to walk the dogs, and there was hundreds of police down there and ambulances and.
That's not the first body they found this year, to be fair.
Yeah,
I thought I'd have a quick look on the news, and then it was like,
so this is
on the 4th of February, there was another body found. I'm like, lovely.
So then we looked on the news for this, and there's no mention of it. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Why? There's a body in the river, and it's not hit the news. But we did find other bodies have been found in here.
So
and that's
when we found.
That's when we found out that Little Rock is the 5th murder capital of the US. So thank you to Natalie for booking this.
No, this is Carrie's fault. She did tell us
Carrie,
to come
let's
here.
blame Carrie.
It's Carrie's fault.
Carrie, it's your fault.
Carrie was like, go to Little Rock. She didn't say, anything else about it.
Is she trying to tell us something?
Yeah.
You should definitely go to Little Rock. Definitely, go there for 3 months and see what happens. But no, we haven't seen anything apart from that. Everything's been fine. We saw a few strange people in the city, but you'll get the same.
They weren't social distancing. Let's put it that way.
Yes, and yesterday was a bit weird.
Yes.
So that's that. I think we've just left Texas. We were so excited about Texas. Like we have friends who grew up there or lived there, and we were really excited to go, and it was kind of what we thought, but I think it was just bad luck. We didn't have a very good time. We just had bad luck everywhere.
The best part was meeting the Wayward Works.
It was, yeah. After that, it all went downhill. So maybe it's their fault.
Oh no, we saw Buzz. They was nice.
Oh, Buzz was nice. Yeah, Buzz.
The guy
Buzz
that
playing
played
the guitar
in the
last week. Yeah, he was really nice. Yeah, he was a great guy. So yeah, we had a whole bunch of problems. We had the truck broken into in Houston.
Yeah. And for everyone asking, we did not get any reimbursement for that because our insurance was $750 deductible, or excess in England, and the damage was $480 or something, and the lost items weren't covered under your car insurance here, and they say claim on. I can't really explain.
Yeah, let me explain. So if the damage is $750 or above, they will pay for the damage, and they will pay for some lost items. But because the damage was only like $500, we had no personal item coverage, so the car insurance wouldn't pay out. So we phoned our household insurance, which we've never had to claim on household insurance. We've had it the whole time we've been in the US and the UK and never claimed on it. They say, no, you only use this for, like, if a tornado tears down your house, or, I don't know, something crazy happens, or only for, like, what was the word they use? For, like, huge losses.
Catastrophic
events. Which is weird. I would have thought a tornado is an act of God and they wouldn't cover it. But anyway, so they said they recommended we didn't claim. So the damage, we didn't say in the video because to be honest, we didn't really know what we had in there. Where we're constantly living on the road and we use the truck as a bit of a store, which we've learnt better now. But you saw in the video, it wasn't even until we drove away that we realised that they'd stolen all of my GoPro stuff. So that was annoying. So we estimate they've probably stolen about $2,000 worth of stuff. And some of that stuff is the things that you kind of use like maybe every now and then, but not every day. So I'm sure at some point I'm going to be like, where is that mount for the GoPro? Where is that other SD card that I had with all of our wedding pictures on it? Which happened, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
But the nice thing is everyone blamed us. Shouldn't leave stuff
Natalie
in your
got
truck.
upset. Okay, here we go. Here's the.
Well, it annoyed me. People are mean.
So the box that I had the GoPro in, I've had it since about 2004. I loved it. It was all set up. I had SD card slots and everything. I've used it for years and years and years for GoPro stuff. We used to race bikes and do off-roading in the UK, and then a whole bunch of stuff in the US. I've had that box and it's gone everywhere with us, and we had our wedding SD cards. But Natalie just said, she put a post on a local Houston group saying, if anyone sees this box, like, chucked somewhere behind a wall,
yeah, just let us know.
Can you just let us know? Anyway, that went on and on and on, and then everyone started being pretty nasty to Natalie, saying, why did you have a GoPro in the car, leaving it there?
Yeah, why did you leave it there? That was stupid. You're destined to get robbed.
I mean, they're not kind of right, because it was dark and we have blacked out windows, so it's not like they could see in.
No, it's not like we left it with a little banners up. Hello, we have stuff in here, we're stealing.
And it was hidden under, we didn't leave anything on site, even if they did manage to get a flashlight in there.
Yeah.
And he said torch, didn't say it.
Got a torch for half the people listening, darling. The English,
torch and
British
flashlight.
people in here as well.
So for the English people, they don't say torch here.
Torch is like a Viking.
Is a Viking thing. So when we say, hey, have you got a torch? They're like, I do, but I don't have a lighter or something. It's a flashlight here. So anyway, it was all hidden and everything. So I kind of, that's in our defence. There's that, but on the other hand, I think we have got comfortable. We've lived in very nice places and very nice areas, and generally we've been to very nice areas. So, we just got comfortable.
Yes.
Let's not leave stuff in the truck anymore.
No, I will go to cities ever again.
Yeah. So another issue we had this week. So we arrived here on Sunday in Little Rock, and I was. So when you get old, guys. So here's one for the younger people, right? When you get old and you drink water, right, you can hold it for a long time. Okay, but when you get older, that goes away. So now every travel day I have to be very careful about how much I drink, and I have to time it perfectly so that we don't need to stop, because when you're towing, you know, a huge trailer, you can't just pull into a gas station or pull into a Starbucks or something. So anyway, so we arrive on Sunday. I've timed it perfectly so that I can literally hitch up, go straight in for a pee. So I did that, came straight in for a pee, pushed the pedal. So, and I need to explain this as well. So an RV toilet is like a normal toilet, but there's like a cap, and when you push the pedal, the cap flips round, and it has a seal on it, so the smells don't come back up, right?
It's
So
an airplane toilet, isn't it?
it's like an airplane toilet, yeah, but without the suction thing that they have. So you push it down, the cap goes round, and then the water flows and rinses the bowl. Anyway, so I push the pedal, snap, and something inside has snapped. So this thing isn't, the cap seal isn't going. So I'm, you know, busting to go. So I said to Nat, right, I've broken the toilet, I'm going to go and use the restrooms, and then I'll come back and see if I can figure out what's going on. To which point Natalie told me that they're all closed because of the COVID stuff, so
Yep.
I was stuck. So I got very stressy, and I think you videoed this, so I'll try and put it in an
You
episode.
kept going, go away, don't video
I was
this.
mad. Like, so I knew, you know, like when you know, all right, I'm gonna go, and you know, my body was ready to go, and so I was like, what do I do? I can't just go and stand at the. This is real life, Natalie. It's real life. People need to know this stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, so I didn't manage to fix it. I'm just gonna install a whole new toilet when we get home, because there's we don't like the toilet seat and stuff like this. But I did manage to get the flap to move manually. So I managed to pry the flap open. But the problem is now it smells like Uranus.
Yeah, it does.
Or is it Jupiter? Which one has methane? I can't remember.
Oh,
That was a
dear.
private joke, guys. If you ever watch The Wayward Wags, in every episode, Dustin will talk about Uranus. Not Uranus.
Hopefully not.
Uranus. The planet Uranus.
But yeah, Pat says there's always something critical breaks in the RV. You're
Yep.
absolutely right. If it wasn't our fridge, it was a bit of wood or a drawer. Several drawers have broken over the last 4 months, and now the toilet.
Yeah,
So yeah, we absolutely have learnt that now, that everything breaks.
Yeah, most of the time it's small things like that. I felt at the time was a big thing. We've managed to deal with it, but we fixed it for now. I wouldn't come and visit or anything. It probably doesn't smell that nice in here. But I do. I empty the black tank every twice a day, and completely flush it through. So that's how we're dealing with that. But yeah, we'll install a new toilet. But the other funny thing is, apparently, just for information, an RV toilet is a non-essential item on Amazon. So we can't get a new toilet until, what was it? I don't know, June or something like that.
Yeah.
So we just have to deal with this. Yeah. I haven't even been looking at this. Have I missed stuff on my lecture? On my TED talk?
We didn't really talk about the fact that it has rained.
Oh yeah,
pretty
so
much
the other
every
thing
day
in Texas. Yeah, sorry about Texas.
Today's really nice.
It rained the whole time. Yeah, we're in Arkansas now.
Oh.
We're in Arkansas now. So, but Texas rained the whole time. We got robbed. Roxy got bloat. For those of you who don't know, that's a really, really bad thing for a dog.
That happened in Dallas, right?
Yes.
Fort Worth, I can't remember. But yeah, we literally had just arrived, and hours later she bloated. And she, for those of you that really don't know, she's our 14-year-old Doberman, so we were a bit worried she wasn't going to survive that surgery. But yeah, that was a really bad week. But having said that, that was also around the time that COVID was really becoming a thing, so we were locked down anyway.
Yeah, that was just at the time when COVID was a thing, and they were closing businesses, but it was more social distancing. But bloat, if you don't notice that a dog has bloat within 3 hours, then the chances are their organs start to die, because it's basically their stomach twists and cuts blood supply off to the other organs. So
it's a very time sensitive problem.
Very time sensitive. So we, just to be safe, we found an emergency vet, and we went there, and they confirmed, they did an X-ray, and they confirmed she had bloat. So by the next day, she had all of her organs moved, and
I like your explanation of that. She had all of the organs moved. We're not going to bore you with
One,
exactly
I'm trying
what it is,
not to make it gruesome because I'm a little bit hungover and I don't really want to think about it.
Okay.
And the
point
other
is
thing
she's
people
alive
don't
and
wanna-
well, and
Yeah.
we will talk about this in 2 weeks. I think that episode
Yeah.
is released. We'll talk about that in more detail.
So we should probably explain as well, for those of you watching future episodes, it takes quite a few weeks for us to edit. Well, we need to film it, then we need to organise the stuff, then edit it. So we're weeks behind. So when I post the video next week and we're out where there are people, that was right at the beginning of the COVID stuff. So please don't be horrible to us and say that we should be social distancing because we're way back in Texas weeks ago. So I'll put a message on the videos as well to remind people too. Okay, so and
Froggy. You don't need a toilet, you're by the river. Lovely.
that is true. I was
Be like
Froggy,
that
I
this river's
very
that
nearly
disgusting.
I was at that point where I thought about it. There's a lot of trailers along next to us, but I thought, yeah, I might just have to go and do that. Okay, was there anything else to talk about there? So I've got some clips of San Antonio because we really enjoyed it. So we went to the San Antonio River Walk. Like I said, this was right at the beginning of the coronavirus stuff. If I'm honest, I didn't think it would be as it is with like a river in a city with a pathway around it. I thought it was going to be a river with like river banks and trees and loads of space. So this was at social distancing time. As it turns out, it wasn't. I mean, it was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, gorgeous.
Like when we were driving in, I thought this isn't. I'm not sure we're going the right way. I thought it was another Tallahassee thing when we tried to get to the lighthouse and got completely lost and ended up 45 minutes in the wrong direction. So yeah, but it was amazing. Like I loved it. It was such a nice place. I can't believe that it's the nicest city centre river walk I've ever seen. But yeah, you should go. If you're ever in San Antonio, you have to do the river walk.
Honey, sure. You're getting a lot of comments about your beard.
About my beard. Oh, shall I explain the beard? I should probably just let Jon explain this. So our moderator. Yeah. So he said that I'm not allowed to trim my beard. So I have shaved certain patches. Not today. Didn't have time. I got up about. How long have we been on? 24 minutes. I got up about 26 minutes ago. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to trim it until the whole lockdown thing is over. So I'm sorry about that. I only thought it was going to be a few weeks, which is why I agreed, but I'm a little bit worried now. A little bit worried it's going to be a big old biker beard.
And Leslie, my hair is actually getting quite long again now. Look, it's quite short. Leslie asked about my hair. I don't wear it down. But
I think she always wears it up anyway. So unless she wears it down, you never
no
know.
one would ever know. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to get a nice undercut. Oh no, won't.
Can ask Oakley about that. Our nephew Oakley, who's on here, he decided to cut his own hair last week.
No, but Steph bought a beard trimmer instead of a hair clippers by accident.
And he's still used it. So he's got. To be honest, it doesn't look that bad.
It actually looks really nice.
It does, yeah. But he's got a kind of undercut thing going on. So I think if anyone, I'm looking forward to the time where everyone starts doing that and they start posting it on social media. Can't wait.
Come here, Jack. People are asking about you.
Come on, Jack.
Also. Come on. Oh, there he is. Oh, with the little blip. But yes, both the dogs are fine. We had a bit of a UTI problem with Jax also, which was fun. But you know, as long as you stay at campsites near vets and keep an eye out on that kind of stuff, it is what it is. It's the fun of dogs, right? Hey.
I'm just looking at the chat here whilst I can't do two things at once, as you know. But people are asking about t-shirts. So that's a good point. I didn't put this on our notes, but we did say we're going to talk about this. So we have looked at getting t-shirts like this, or I have designed some other ones as well that I want to do. So the problem we have is that if you use a site where you can just order them as and when, they're really expensive, and I just don't think I don't know. I don't think
people are going to pay that kind of money.
No, I think like we're not planning to take any profit or anything like that. Just the promotion of our channel is fine. But yeah, people, those sites, if you order it online like any normal store, it's really expensive. However, we have found a site where we can set up a, what do you call it?
A campaign.
A campaign.
So run like 15 t-shirts at a time.
So yeah, so we buy, you have 30 days or something to place an order for a whole bunch of t-shirts, and everyone places their own order, and then at the end of that time they will print them all out and send them out. So I think we're going to go that way. I'm still trying to sort it out and figure out the best timing on how to do that. Yeah. So if people are interested, please just throw something in the chat, because we need to give them an idea on how many people might want to buy. I'm not going to talk about this too much, but yeah, I'll try and share some designs that I've done and things. So I think maybe we'll just do one. We are planning a season 2 Brazen Brits.
Yes.
So I think maybe we're going to have a specific season 1, season 2 t-shirts for that. So let us know. We're going to make them as cheap as we can.
If we can get 15 people to agree, then we can at least run the first batch.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but if we get an idea of numbers, the other thing is that we wanted quality t-shirts as well. We didn't want the cheap stuff.
I like cheap stuff.
You like cheap t-shirts. I don't, because you buy them and every time you wash them they shrink. And with my clothes shrinking and me getting fatter, that's not a good mix.
I like the fact that you're wearing your orange one and you've put your name in orange on the screen. That wasn't well planned.
I'm wearing the same one as the Queen did for her speech.
Wayward Wags, yes, we did look at Spreadshirt, but I think they were too expensive, because these were literally like $4 to buy the t-shirt and then another $4 to get someone to put a logo on. I just don't want them costing. No, we can't. But I just don't. I don't think anyone's going to spend more than $10.
Well, no, it's not even that.
T-shirt.
I just don't want people spending. We can't get it down that cheap. Nowhere does a t-shirt for $10.
No, I know.
Stop telling people. That's a lie.
Oh, that's
no, the problem is I don't want people to spend $26 or $27 on a t-shirt that is bad quality. I would prefer people to spend $18 on a good quality t-shirt. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to balance the cost and quality and how we're going to do it. So we just haven't figured it out yet. I need to.
4 dates on the back. I like that idea.
4 dates on the back. Anyway, we're way off agenda and we're 30 minutes in, so...
Well, because the second half can be the questions and answers.
Yeah, no, it's good. We're doing questions as we go along. We had a question and answer page, but this is cool. So yeah, just keep throwing up your questions because we're nearly at that point. Was there anything else? Yeah, Natalie's going a bit... So the whole coronavirus, I don't want to talk about it too much because everyone's so bored of it by now. But actually for me personally, it hasn't really changed anything about my week. So I'm normally working and then I edit videos in the evening. Maybe we'll do something in the evening which normally involves food. No, for me it's no big deal, whereas Natalie's going a little bit crazy because all the gyms are shut. So Natalie has a gym membership for...
Anytime Fitness.
Anytime Fitness.
I got that on the road because I can go to any place.
You don't have to go to one specific location.
They're
everywhere, and they literally have been everywhere. There's always been one within 10 minutes of where we are. So Natalie goes to the gym a lot, sometimes twice a day, and she'll go walking the dogs in wherever state parks and things like that, and then she'll go out looking at like the Goodwood place that you went to, which I'm very jealous about.
Yeah.
And then so Natalie's going a little bit crazy. She does walk the dogs about 25 times a day. It feels like it. I constantly feel like you're going in and out and taking the dogs out.
Well, we don't have a yard anymore either, so it's hard for them. They're used to being on a farm.
So, but luckily she talks to a lot of people online because we have lots of people message us, and we've made a whole bunch of virtual friends from doing this, which is awesome. And so Natalie can talk to those people and things. But for me, the only difference for me is on a Saturday when we would normally go out and do something, we just sit in the trailer, if I'm honest. We don't really do too much at all. So yeah, that's about it for that. We do have toilet paper. We are running low.
We are down to our last
We have ordered some online.
It's $40.
$40.
I know, I regret that because Spencer could have got me some the other day because he works at Wise.
Yeah. So I think we've got enough for what, a month and a half maybe.
9 rolls? Well, it depends if we're limited like we are here.
9 rolls?
The interesting
I have
thing
no
about
idea.
living in a camper is that you can't use a lot of toilet paper anyway, so we have got into the habit of using less, purely
True.
because you don't want to clog up the black tank, as we have many times, as you guys
Hey, I'm
know.
a pro. I'm a pro at that now. If there's anyone on here who needs help with the black tank, I know all the tricks.
It's one of the most stupid things that I never thought I'd have to think about when Lawrence is like, don't use any more than 4 sheets. I'm like, really?
True.
Thanks, darling.
We're talking about the toilet again.
We did say 90% of this conversation would be about the toilet problem.
Oh, the other problem was with the lockdown is last week is when we were in Texas. So Texas is way behind everyone else, right? So it's kind of going west, right? So we feel bad because everyone else is like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this or that, and Texas was like had no rules in place. Like we did abide by some of the even before the social distancing thing was a thing in Texas, we were abiding by that, and we weren't leaving. We were doing essential things only. Relaxed essential things, but last week is when it got real serious, where we're like, we are just not leaving the trailer or the campsite for anything. Maybe the week before, but last week, and our internet was awful.
Oh, that was such a bad week.
Yeah.
We're moving on from the toilet, John. Give us a break.
So,
especially because in most evenings we play Xbox with our friends.
yeah.
Joey,
Or
Jim,
we
Mace,
stream
I know you're all
TV,
in
so
here.
we don't have cable, right? So I can't stand commercials on TV. So we don't have a cable hookup. So for people who don't know, you have a hookup in the to the campsite cable system so that you can get TV. And we don't have that cable, and we're not really interested in watching TV. We just watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of that stuff. So we stream it. So when we have no internet, I can't work. We can't really do videos. I kind of can, but there's stuff I need to download for those. And we can't watch TV. We can't play video games. Nothing. So last week was painful, really painful. Sorry, we'll move on. So yeah, Roxy got Roxy and Jack's update, which we did. So Roxy's fine now. She's still she's still old, right? And so she still struggles with walks and things, but she's fine. She pulled through, so she's obviously a lot stronger than what she sometimes appears. She was pretty much fixed within a week, right?
Yeah.
We had the staples. She had staples all down her stomach, so those were removed about a week afterwards, and she's fine. She's back to her good old self. She was playing with Jax yesterday. The funny thing was, a couple of days after that happened, Jax peed in the trailer, which was weird because he never does that. Like, he's like perfect for things like that. He will never do anything in the trailer. He always waits until he goes outside. So that happened a couple times, and so it's a bit weird. So anyway, we think he had a urinary infection. So he was back at the vet's like 2 days after Roxy was, and we were getting all this medication. So
it was a very expensive month.
It was, yeah. So even with insurance, but yeah. So he's all back to normal. And Moody, he's asleep behind me. Okay, cool. So, all right. Is there any questions? Did you see anything whilst I was babbling on?
Not yet, actually, which is
Really?
fine, because that means we can.
Well, it's good because I got a bunch of questions. So weeks ago,
a bunch of questions that we asked ourselves.
weeks ago we were going to do a Q&A. We were going to do a Q&A video, so we had a list of questions, and we just never got around to filming it. So we figured that we'd just put some of those stuff here. The problem is some of them are very different. Some people like to know. Some people do know nothing about the US or their RVing from the UK or Italy or Australia. Know about RVing here. They ask like normal questions, stuff we would have asked 6 months ago, right? But then we have a lot of RV followers as well, who want to know about how we handle certain situations. So some of these are, we can't please both audiences really. It's quite difficult. So we had some common questions here. Shall we run through these real quick?
Yeah. Why not?
So and we thought about our answers as well because we put a lot of thought into this. Okay. So what is your favourite place so far? And we answered
I'd like
this.
to know what they think our favourite places are as well. Like,
oh, that's interesting.
Like from all the videos or the episodes, I should say, what place would you be like? They look like they had the most fun there.
Yeah. Okay. Whilst we're talking about this, if you guys can say where you think what place we enjoyed the most.
We've got a couple of questions coming through as well, so I'll copy those over whilst we talk about what they actually were. I'll let you go first, darling.
So where was our favourite place? So I think mine was Bay St. Louis, which was the casino. I should have put episode numbers on here, but I haven't. But I
haven't researched.
So the problem is, when we were answering this, it was really tough because we're talking about, are you talking about the campsite? Are you talking about the local area? Are you talking about the amenities and stuff around? Are you talking about the facilities at the campsite? There's so many different factors that putting that all into one is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
So Bay St. Louis was amazing. One, because the campsite was amazing. It was really nice. It was perfectly set up. We had a really good spot. It was quiet. The internet was amazing. We had the casino within walking distance, where you got free drinks if you're gambling. We'd never been to one before, so that was cool. They had really good food in the casino as well. And then there was also, we were very, very close to the actual bay, so I could go running. I think it was a 10k run down to the bay, all the way along the bay wall, and then and back. So that whole thing was 10k. And I did that a couple of times, which was really, really nice. The weather was good, blah, blah, blah. So that's my justification.
I like that Mark's guess was Tallahassee. Definitely not.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Love Tallahassee. I feel bad, actually, because I don't think Tallahassee is that bad. And there are very nice places there. We've just drove through. We have been to worse places since, but I was a little bit, when we drove through that one bit, it wasn't very nice at all.
A lot of people are guessing Florida, Key West, Florida, Mardi Gras. Yeah,
Mardi Gras was fun.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
That was fun. Do you remember that?
No. Oh, Steph's a winner. Yes, for me it was definitely Pensacola, or I think it was Milton, Avalon Bay that we stayed at. Those beaches were amazing, and the fact that you could just have the dogs out there, and just the campsite was really nice with all the pelicans. It was overall, I thought it was a really nice place, and it had local gym and local food. It had that food outlet with the super cheap fudge, and they bought loads of fudge.
When I ran out, I ran out and bought some more fudge at Buc-ee's, which is the most expensive.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
Yeah,
went
thanks,
there,
Pat.
and it was you spent $20 on fudge.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really nice, but it was expensive. Okay, shall we skip forward a bit?
Yes.
Okay, the worst place, your least favourite place. So, I mean, we agreed on the same one here, and it was obvious in the episode. It was a creepy campsite. It was in Fort Myers. The worst thing was they had really bad internet. So I literally every morning I had to get up and go to work. And going to work, it consisted of me sat in a Walmart parking lot, sat on the back seat with my laptop on the centre armrest, which, to be honest, was fine for a bit. It worked fine, but after about 4 hours, my back was so sore, and it was sore for probably a week afterwards. So that was annoying. But also, I didn't mean to insult someone, but it's full-timers, static full-timers, but it was not. They did not look after their stuff. So the trailer next to us had a tarp over the front. It was not maintained. The people don't maintain their areas. The general park, nothing was very maintained. It wasn't a nice place. Maybe we've been spoilt from the places we'd been, but it wasn't comfortable, and we just got a horrible feeling about it. It wasn't. I don't know. I can't really explain it. So anyway, we were only there for 2 days, and then we found another place. In fact, we moved on New Year's Eve.
We did.
We were meant to be there for New Year, and we also didn't want to spend it there at New Year, so we moved somewhere else for New Year's Eve.
For me, I think it was New Iberia. That's the one that we did the Tabasco factory, which that part was awesome, but the actual campsite, I didn't like it. It had a lovely big dog walking field, that was the only benefit, but it had a lot of full-timers, and they again weren't keeping up with the surrounding area, so it was very run down. We were next to a factory, and it said there was a canal behind, and I was like, yay, and it was just full of trash. It was just plastic bags, bottles. It was disgusting. So that, for me, I just wanted to get out of that one. I didn't enjoy that one. The neighbours weren't very nice. I like it when people like smile and wave, and for the majority, RVers always do that. They're always really friendly, but this place everyone was miserable. It was odd. So yeah, New Iberia wasn't, and also because of the I-10, that the roads were just
so interestingly
horrible.
The Wayward Wags, they did I-10 recently and it was fine.
Yeah,
they were going east, but we went west.
And they're like, nothing happened. I think their tap faucet came loose. That was it. I was like, no. Everyone else knows that's a horrible road, so that was very odd. I felt sick. Yeah. Okay, we'll skip forward. Okay. So, what's your favourite video? Oh, okay.
You can go first.
Mine was St. Augustine. I loved music on that. I loved that Tina's dad took us for the tour around the fort. That was just all very like Latin and Spanish, and it was just a really fun video to make. Every time Lawrence played it, I was just dancing around the RV. Like, it was just a really fun episode, I think.
So annoyingly, I chose my episode, and then I wanted to choose that one. But no, I think that one is more nostalgic for me. It feels like such a long time ago. But my episode, I think, was Boomtown. The couple of days we spent with the Wags was so funny. So I don't know. It's difficult to watch an episode without knowing what actually happened the whole week. So we put the best bits in the video of the week. So I have that whole history around the episode as well. So yeah, it was the Boomtown one a couple of weeks ago where we went to Boomtown, the oil, and then Natalie got chased by the alligator. She came home almost in tears that day and said, "I got chased by an alligator."
It was terrifying.
And then I
had really liked alligators up until that point. I mean, that one that we held when we went on the speedboat and stuff, he was really cute and fluffy and.
Fluffy. Is his name Fluffy?
His name was Princess Fluff. But when I saw that one that had a 2-foot head, I was like, yeah, no. And then just the fact I had Jax with me.
So I could tell. I thought Natalie was acting, but I can tell. If you don't know Natalie, you know anyone on here who knows her, or if you've watched all the videos, you probably have a sense of it. But she was genuinely scared on that video, like genuinely scared, borderline tears.
Yes.
So I don't know whether that comes across to people who don't really know you very well or haven't seen the other videos, but yeah, that's why I put it in. So I was a little bit not upset, but I felt bad for laughing at you afterwards when I watched that video. Okay, we'll try and skip forward real quick because I didn't want to keep everyone for more than an hour. So
no, tough. Listen to our questions.
No, sit here and watch. This is a 24-hour live feed and you can't leave. Right, best food.
And I like the fact we started including food into our later videos because a lot of people enjoyed that. They were like, "Oh, I liked the crispy chicken," which became a massive thing that everyone talked about. But actually, my favourite food was that shawarma place where I got like masses with the pasta and the chicken and the gyro meat. That was so nice. That was by far my favourite place to eat. That was in New Iberia, I think. Again, probably the only other benefit of that place. But that was really, really good food. I know what yours is, Lawrence.
New Iberia. So mine, actually, we didn't even put this in the video, I don't think, did we?
Oh, we didn't, no. I think
because
this was
no
after
one wants
we
to
did
see
the
someone else
manatees.
eating. I feel like when we put food clips in, I feel like it's me taking a picture of my dinner and uploading it to Instagram, right? Like every day. So anyway, we went to a place called Barbecue Bill's in Chiefland, and it was just heaven. It was basically an all-you-can-eat barbecue place.
Which we usually try to avoid all-you-can-eat because we usually get kicked out.
Yeah, but anyone who knows me knows that it's quantity, not quality. Okay, so even though the quality was good, so we had.
Sorry, stop playing with the bottle. It's irritating.
So it was Jack's. I'm trying to drink it, but I keep talking. So yeah, anyway, it was just a really nice barbecue place, and it wasn't too expensive. It was barbecue chicken and ribs, and I'm getting hungry now, so I'm going to stop talking about it. So yeah, Barbecue Bill's in Chiefland. If you're in that way, go find it. It's on a big junction, loads of parking, not with a trailer, but loads of car parking.
Did you want to do a user question?
Yeah, have we got any? Are we looking through?
We have. There's one that I wanted to answer from
When you
Mark.
had a t-shirt, there was one there. There was someone tagged us.
No, here we go. Is there any stuff you took with, this is from Mark, Lawrence's brother, is there any stuff you took with you that you haven't used? You did a section of stuff that has been used really useful. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Mark, it's good to see you're alive. Thanks for, replying to my texts and things for the last 3 months. Is there anything we've brought and haven't used? Yeah, about £300 worth of tools.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. There's been some odd ones that we've gone. Oh, thank God we've got that.
a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver,
WD-40 a lot.
WD-40 because our
Duct
door
tape.
creaks, duct tape.
Speaker wire.
No, I haven't used any speaker wire yet. So yeah, honestly, like all of my tools in there. There has been a few things I have used and I'm glad I brought, but I've maybe used 4% of the tools that I brought. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'll skip through to the next one.
Yeah.
Would you RV in the UK? I know, I don't think you can have RVs this big in England. can
Yeah,
you?
so the problem with that is, yeah, I would. I would if I didn't have to work. Yeah, I think we could pretty easy. The only difference is in the UK, things are a bit more difficult. So you don't, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong from my memory, is I don't think you have like the septic. When we hook up here, we have full power, we have full water hose, and we have the full septic. So once a week, I just have to go out and empty the tanks. Apart from that, it's the same as being in the house. And I don't think the UK has that, and I think you have the cassette toilet things that you have to pull out and then go somewhere to empty it.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you.
So yeah, but I think I would. Problem is, there's a lot of British people there.
Miserable. And Todd wants to know, what are you hungover on? What did you drink?
It was gin last night.
And it wasn't the cheap stuff for a change.
It wasn't cheap stuff. I normally drink cheap stuff. Mainly because it comes in a plastic bottle. So the cheap stuff, I don't have to worry about the bottle smashing, and I can leave it in the trailer so it doesn't smash. But yeah, just plain old gin and tonic. That was it.
Cool. Oh, it skipped. You can go back to this one for a minute if you want.
Okay. Okay, would you do this full time? I think, yeah. Basically, I mean, it's been it's really easy, to be honest. We love seeing all the different places. We love doing different things. We love getting up and seeing a different view every week. Sure, there's some little things that go wrong, but there's some little things that go wrong at home as well. So yeah, I think people who I'm kind of jealous of people who do this full time for years. I'm not sure when that would get boring and you'd get fed up with it though. I don't know. I think people generally do it for maybe 3 or 4 years, but yeah, I could definitely do this, especially if we went to, you know, some of the really cool places out, like northwest. There's some places, and like north central of the US. We couldn't this trip because we're going over winter, and those places are freezing cold, and we don't want to go.
Well, actually, that ties in with Runaway with Us RV. They say, what places are you looking forward to do in the future? Oh
right, yeah, cool. So I would love to do all the things that I see on YouTube, all the cool places people have been. So Badlands I desperately want to go to. And also I love like barren landscapes for some reason. I don't really know why. But yeah, anywhere like some of those Arizona landscapes, and you know, all the like the Grand Canyon, you know, the desert kind of places. I would love to go and see all of that stuff. But yeah, and then there's like Yellowstone. And what's the park below Yellowstone that I really want to see? I can't remember the name. Tetons. Is it the Tetons? Grand Tetons Park? I'm sure someone will comment in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go to all those places. So there's tons and tons of places. I can see how people can go full time for 3 years and still not see everything. So yeah, I could. But to answer the question, yes, I could do it 3 years. And what other places would I like to see? Everywhere. I would really also love to do the. So Keep Your Daydream just did the. Is it Route 1, the California coast? They just did that. They didn't really show a lot about it, but I've seen other things around it as well, and I think I'd really love to go and do that for sure.
Do you miss your chickens? Has come from my parents.
Who, me? Do I miss the chickens? No. No. I don't miss them at all.
I do. I miss some of them. Some of them not so much. Wilson. But that kind of brings us on to...
Should we explain to some people? So at one point Natalie had, 147 chickens? 147 chickens back on the farm. So I said you can have 4. You can have a rooster to keep the girls safe, and you can have 3 hens that we will get eggs from. And then it was literally 6 months later, I think we had about 147 chickens, and I ended up building sheds and fences and a whole area for them. So that's why that's a joke.
We should take this opportunity whilst we're talking about chickens to thank the lovely people that have been looking after our farm whilst we've been on the road. Emily was there for a few months, and then Kelsey and her boyfriend Spencer took over, and they have been sending lots of pictures of the chickens, so I don't miss them that much, and the turkeys and the ducks. And they've taken great care of them, and I can't thank you all enough for what you've done looking after the farm and making this possible for us to do. So,
and I'm going to thank Kenny and Pat. So there are two neighbours on the farm.
They're definitely not watching this. I don't even think they have
No,
internet.
I know, but I feel like we should thank them because Pat looks out for our place a lot. We had a
Kelly
there was a
can
strange,
pass it on.
Yeah, Kelly can pass it on if you want, Kelly. And they look over our house. So if there's a strange car that pulls up, they phone us instantly. Hey, do you know this car? And so we do, yeah. So it's all been fine. And also, Kenny has helped out with some of the chicken issues that we had when we were away. So he helped out Emily. I don't know if he helped out Kelsey or not, but yeah. So thanks to those guys.
Yes, appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay. Did you ditch the freezer by now? That is coming up in next week's episode. What are you laughing at?
Tatiana's noticed the messages at the bottom of the screen that Natalie doesn't know about.
I can't be
No,
bothered
you
to,
can't
you
read
know
it
I
now.
can't be bothered to read
No,
stuff.
I know. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you there.
Oh, I can't remember where it's gone now. Yeah, gone.
But that's someone's question, and now you started it and you didn't do it, and they're
Well,
like, "Oh, they nearly
did you
gone."
ditch the freezer? Todd asked. That's
Yes,
going to come
so
up in the
That
next...
will, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fit that in because we had one tiny little clip and there's not really much information around it. So we will explain on here. So when it happens, you'll be like, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So weirdly enough, the place we got the freezer fixed at one place, then we moved to the next place, and Natalie said, "What are we going to do with this freezer?" Because it was always in my way. It was either in my office, right next to where my desk is, and it just felt restricted, or it was sat here where you all saw, and I didn't like it because it kind of blocked the view of the TV and it got in the way of the dogs and all this lot. So we got to the next place. We decided to sell it. We put a note up in the local office. And put a note up, and then we got a call right as we were leaving. We were hooking up the car on the trailer, and they said, "Is it still for sale?" And we said, "Yes, but but we're leaving right now." So they literally drove straight round, slapped some cash in our hand, and they took it away. But I mean, bargain for them because it was brand new.
Yeah.
So it's all the paperwork was still in the bag. So yes, that has gone. We sold that.
What is the name of the RV? House. It's called Home.
Home.
So boring. So boring. We still never really named it.
We didn't ever name it. A lot of people named the RV and the truck, but no, we never really did. So we just call it Home, which I think is nice.
Okay, should we answer these questions
Sure.
here before we do our big... Sorry, we didn't have a really big reveal, to be honest. I think we've hyped this up too much. We've got 6 minutes to tell them what our new plans
We
are.
can go over a bit, but okay. So there are a couple of questions here about the YouTube stuff, and I'll answer them really quickly. A lot of people ask why are you YouTubing this. It's normally people who are very, very private. I've found, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm generally not a private person. I don't care. I mean, don't steal my bank account details or anything, but you know, we're generally pretty open, and I love YouTube. I love watching it. And so we thought we'd put this out, but obviously we have family and friends in the UK that ask what we're doing. We spend a lot of time on FaceTime with them, especially this week as well, because they're at home bored and Natalie's at home bored. But yeah, so we just thought we would throw it on YouTube. We've seen some other travel channels. I love watching them, so I thought we would jump in and do that. So it's blown up a little bit quicker than we thought, but
Has it though? We never thought it would be this hard to get 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
it's not fine.
But to be honest, I didn't think really anyone would be that interested other than our family.
True, it's
So,
nice that even in the chat we've got
yeah.
people that are other fellow RVers who we've never met that, you know,
Yeah.
are saying, you know, Dave, thank you for the videos, we really enjoy watching your travels. Yeah, no, it's really nice to see that other people enjoy this other than our family.
Yes, exactly. And people also ask, does YouTube pay well? No idea. No idea. We get nothing.
No.
So you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which doesn't sound like much. Is it 4,000 watch hours?
Yeah,
something
it's
like
a
that.
lot.
4,000 watch hours, which is a lot, and it's hard. So once we get to that point, then we start getting money back from the videos and things. And so yeah, we're not there yet, so we don't know. This is literally just for fun. So
we do get a kickback from the Amazon purchases on our website. Which thank you to
true.
Jim Bob, who's been the only
Jim Bob.
person who's bought loads of stuff using our website.
So if
that's been great.
so if you go on, you don't have to buy the item, but if you go on our Amazon links, I think there's one in the description of this video. If you click on the Amazon link and then go and look at something else and put it in your cart and buy it, we get commission from that. You don't even need to buy the item that you click on. It doesn't work in the UK. Sorry guys. Well, not that they care, but sorry to us for me not setting that up yet. But yeah, so things like that help. I've got enough to buy Jim lunch.
It certainly hasn't covered any of Roxy's operation, the lost stuff from our
But the only reason why I would want to make money from actually YouTube is because I keep wanting to buy cool like gadgets and stuff. Obviously I'm in nerds and I want to buy all these cool gadgets. Like there's one where you can do a time lapse. I can't remember what it's called. Adam will say what it is. Hey William. And then there's like it does a time lapse really slowly, so you can watch the weather change. So you can do like from day to night, and the camera would move very slowly. But Natalie won't let me buy anything because it's just unnecessary.
Well, everything has just cost us money so far. We've spent so much money on just fixing stuff, or fixing the dogs, or being robbed, that I don't think we have any spare money to buy.
It's
cool
also like the
gadgets.
hard drives, like things you don't think about, like SD cards. We have to buy SD cards and hard drives to store all of our stuff on. And I don't want to store it in one place because if we lose it, it's gone. So I store it in two places. So yeah, we spend a lot of money on hard drives and things as well. But anyway, I talked way too long about that.
That's all right. We've got 3 minutes. I don't know if you want to just wrap it up.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention. So talking about the
going over.
subscribers
I'm sorry,
and stuff,
guys.
we're going over. We did hit. I think this is worth celebrating. We did get 700 subscribers, 15,000 views, and 500 comments. We hit those
did we?
this week. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone that
nice.
shared and commenting, and
shared,
watched our videos
subscribed,
100 times to build
smash
up
that
our
bell button
on repeat to build up our watch hours. Oh dear.
Okay, where do we want to go now?
Well, your mum and dad want to ask if we're eating chocolate eggs tomorrow, and the only reason I do want to point that out is because that is not a thing here.
It's not a thing.
Well, I think it's starting to come in a little bit, but it's not like England. You don't go into the shop and see your Smarties and your Mars and your Twix Easter eggs. That's not a thing. I think sometimes I've seen Peeps, like the little birds things. They're an Easter thing here. Some people do Easter baskets.
There's some small chocolate eggs you can get, but there's not the big ones. In fact, so I know some places that you can import them, and there's a place in Vienna, in Virginia, where you can buy them, but I think they're about $16 or $20 for an egg that's, £3 in the UK. So
yeah, that's not a thing here. So no eggs for us.
No eggs for us.
I like that John has asked, do you miss good cars? Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
John who?
John Webb.
John Webb, do you miss good cars? No, because you can't get any better than my truck. And I also had a Corvette C6, which was amazing. To be honest, John, they're all the same. I think there was a whole thing, I don't know what it was, about the oil and the currency that bought in oil. So the US have started making cars that can be spec'd for the UK, so that they can sell them in US dollars to, I don't know what it was. So they can sell it in euros and then pay for oil in euros, something like that. So a lot of them are the same. So good examples is like the Mustang is now available in the UK. The Ranger, the Ford Ranger, that is available here. It's a small pickup and it's also available in the UK. So that's all starting to change and everything's becoming the same thing. But actually around here you do see a lot of BMWs, Mercedes. It's not very much different unless you go out in the country where you see old 71 Chevy pickups and things.
Andrew said only the one he sold to me.
Only the one he sold to me. I've had 2 Corvettes actually. But yes, Andrew, I hope you're enjoying my Corvette. What?
Where Rag said they do eat Cadbury eggs. Aren't those, they taste different though, don't they? The little Cadbury eggs you get here.
I don't know.
I didn't think you could get little ones here. Huh,
Cadbury's chocolate tastes different in the US to the UK. The packaging all looks the same, but you have to look to see where it's made, and I think the US stuff is made in Canada, and it doesn't.
Okay, Kelsey's put Peeps, chocolate bunnies, and jelly beans. There you go, that's what they eat in the US. I'm going back to the Easter question, sorry.
And AD just said the same thing. Hershey Cadbury is not Cadbury.
Good. Yeah, it's not.
It's very different in the UK. I think maybe it's something to do with the milk or something like that. Don't know. And have I ordered the C8 yet? No, but I did see one the other day.
I approve.
I've got
I
a
want the
picture of
C8.
it. Yeah.
We're gonna be
One
that.
day.
We did see that one couple RVing, and they had a Corvette trailer on the back of their RV, like proper like logoed up, and then he'd pull his Corvette out and he'd clean it every day.
Good.
Where was that? That was Lake Panosofsky.
Yeah.
And even down his RV, he had like Corvette stickers all down it. It was very cool.
You know what we could do? We could get it in orange and then have Brazen Brits, and then if we start an LLC for Brazen Brits, we can offset the tax.
Works vehicle.
Literally, just thought about that right now. Genius.
Oh dear. Okay, we're 1 minute over.
Okay, should we end this? So we have one more question. Is there anything I've missed before we do the final question?
Not really. Everyone is kind of asking the same thing.
Okay.
When are we going home? What's
Okay,
going
so,
on? What are our travel plans? What is the deal?
So when are we going home? Everyone asks us this all the time. Our original plan was to be home on June 1. And there's a few reasons for that. We need to get back and do all the spring stuff in the farm. Mowing mainly. I really don't want to pay someone to mow 7 acres. So, and where we wound the farm up, we don't have any of the goats or the cows or anything like that to eat the grass. So literally I have to mow 7 acres, which takes about 8 hours. So that was our original plan, June 1. But obviously with everything going on, what we're finding is that we are travelling to campsites and paying for campsites while still paying our mortgage on the farm, and we're not even leaving the trailer. And so it's, although we love the travelling and we love being in different places, we're just throwing money away. We're, between $300 or $400 a week. Sometimes it's even been more depending on where we are. Key West was a lot. That was over 1,000, I think. So we are actually leaving tomorrow, and we're just pegging it home.
And it's not as easy as we thought, because West Virginia have shut down all their campsites. Virginia only accepting 14-day or more reservations. So we're going to have to cut through Tennessee and just head home, really, unfortunately. But don't worry, this is not the end of Brazen Brits.
Yeah, so we still have a few videos coming up. I think we've got maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks of videos coming up of stuff that we've been doing. And then we've got some ideas of stuff that we're going to do on the farm. There's stuff on the trailer I want to fix. So for the RVing specific stuff, there's stuff on the trailer that I need to fix. One of them will be fitting a new toilet.
Yeah.
And so that should be fun. I think that's it, right? Is there anything else we want to?
No, I think that's pretty much what everyone wanted to know, that we are going home, unfortunately. We are thinking about continuing the videos on the farm, if any of you would be interested in seeing any of that, or what our daily life is like tending to the farm stuff, until all this is blown over and we can travel again, really.
Yeah.
But we never really wanted this to be purely a travel channel. Wanted it to be about other things as well. So hence we never really put the word travel in any of our stuff. It's just Brazen Brits.
And we didn't really want it to be a specific RV channel either. I find the RV stuff interesting, and you guys kind of learn as we went along. But yeah, we didn't want to nail it down to one thing. There's a lot of other places you can see travel specific stuff and RV specific things. So hopefully it's a good mix. But
we're not experienced enough RV people either, I think, to
we're not really very good at it either, if I'm honest.
Clearly not.
So
there's plenty of other channels if you're into RVing that you can go and see.
The best thing I love about the RV is Natalie cleaned this whole place from top to bottom in 45 minutes because it's so small. When you've got a 2,400 square foot house, I end up paying someone else to come in and do it because Natalie's like, I'm not doing it anymore. So that's very sexist. I do the bathrooms.
You do the bathrooms. We're getting a lot of support with continuing with the farm videos. People do want to see.
Oh, okay.
Pat said make sure we don't put our neighbour Pat in any of the home videos. I think we should do a whole feature on him, to be honest.
We could follow him around.
Day in the life of Pat and his emu.
You're making it sound like the Tiger King now.
Oh my goodness!
Emu Pat. Emu Pat. Pat's such a nice guy. He's our neighbour, so we should do that. I reckon he'll be up for that.
So thank everyone. That's really kind. I'm sure we'll lose hundreds of subscribers by doing farm stuff, but we'll try and make it interesting.
Yeah.
We do, like Lawrence talked about earlier, I had 147 chickens. I'm down to like 20 something, so I can build that back up. That's not a problem. You'll be seeing many more chickens.
You don't have to worry about she is, because I've already seen posts on local groups where she's asking people for chicks.
I might have already ordered some Polish chicks. Sorry, Jim, beat you to that. They're on their way.
Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, we are pegging it home as quickly. Do you know what I said to John? I'll be watching my phone, and I haven't been.
Sorry, John.
I hope you can all still hear us. I said to John, text me if you guys can't hear us, but they're still coming in.
Yeah.
So we are heading back. We're hoping to do it in 3 days, which is going to be tough. So that's probably driving between 7 and 9 hours a day, including breaks and gas and stuff, or diesel. And then we're going to do some farm stuff, hopefully. And we probably should mention that we are going to kick off season 2 later in the year. We've already been planning that. Some big stuff
that was
there.
Booked.
Let's
hope it's still going ahead. That's my only concern.
Yeah, hopefully I'm sure things will be fine by then, but if not, we'll keep you updated. So we're not saying what it is, where it is, or what we're doing, but I think it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. So we should kick that off. I don't know exactly when, but it'll be the end of the year. In between, we'll probably do some farm stuff.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of stuff we need to do on the farm, that's for sure.
Yep. Okay. Is that it? Is everyone bored now? I feel much better, by the way. Thank you for everyone being here.
You're sobered up now.
Yeah.
Job done.
Oh, I felt a bit rough when we started this, if I'm honest. So.
Well, at least it's a nice day. Hope you can all get out and not go to the beach and parks, you idiots, in
stop going
England.
out.
Don't go out there, but do have a nice barbecue, crack open a beer, enjoy the sunshine.
What we're going to do. I'm not sure about the beer. Maybe later. Okay, cool. So I do have a surprise. I've got a little outro clip. Hopefully this works and I don't mess this up. I'm going to leave you with that. Is there anything else before we go out?
No, I just want to thank everyone that joined our chat again. Honestly, it's so fun watching everyone typing away and being involved. And like I said, there's no video this week, but we will have our San Antonio one next week, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah. Good.
One more thing before we go, and we are working on an outtakes video. That's coming up soon as well. Okay, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining. Bye. The camera just died. I think it was the rain. I'll have to check it in a minute. But hey, Natalie, what is this place?
This is a sacred place, holy ground. Please respect the final resting place of those who built this mission.
So all she did is read the big words. If I'm honest, she didn't read any of this about the history. She literally just read holy ground, a sacred place. It took me a while to get this camera out and do it, so she obviously... Where was the other bit that you read? Oh, look, this last paragraph. So she read this bit, a sacred place, and then holy ground, and then she read this last paragraph.
You know, fixed your camera. You could be nice.
The actual important bit in the middle with actually the interesting history, she didn't read that. Did you look at the picture? You looked at the picture and the big words in the last paragraph. Picture, big words, the last paragraph. That's all you need.